Oh my God, you caught me, Mr. Director. To all of our listeners on the new U975 FM Multicultural Radio, to all of our viewers on Synergy TV, on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for choosing us. A very warm welcome to another edition of the program, Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. Get your pen, get your paper so you can take notes, you can take numbers. That will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Akua George. On behalf of our team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a fantastic day today. It's Friday, the 3rd of March, 2023. It is a day and time we will never have the opportunity to have again in life. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours, that someone special. Let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of ZMB Communications. And it says, "Worries does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength." Oh my God, this is beautiful. It's awesome. Worries does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength. The time and energy that you're taking to worry, it's taking away your strength today. It's taking away part of your day, the productivity of your day, the success of your day. This is brilliant. It's awesome. I love it. And it applies to all of us. Thank you so much, Akua. It's simply brilliant. It came to us with the kind compliments of ZMB Communications Limited. Our program this morning coming to us with the kind compliments of OATS. That means Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. They are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere, opposite Palmies Park in San Fernando. This is the office at Monroe Road. And you should see the office in Palmies. Next week, I'll try to get a picture of that. It's absolutely beautiful. They've got a pool there in Palmies, opposite Palmies Park. The telephone contact numbers are, store it as Master Eric, 354-445-9-497-7226. Now, the offices of Master Eric are located at the locations I told you, as well as when you hear alternative treatment solutions. So there's the spiritual aspect of it, and then you've got the medical aspect. So if you've got a problem, you can identify whether it's a medical one or it's a spiritual problem. What is important and what sets this apart is the fact that with the treatment, you get some insight into what's happening into your health, and you get help. You get treatment for it. So it's a win-win, all right? So those numbers again, 354-445-9497-7226. Let's say Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and a warm welcome to the one and only Master Eric. And
thank you. And also I want to say Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and good morning, everyone.
And you're seeing another handsome gentleman, two giants here. You see me and the giants. So there's another very... another handsome gentleman joining us, of course, this morning, and you're wondering, I wonder, who is this young man? He is Shivan Suku. He's a son of the soil, as a matter of fact. He's a musician, but he's also very gifted, and he understood as time passed that he had a calling and a yearning and a gift. And this good gentleman, Master Eric, he was drawn to him for help, to help him to evolve, understand the art of spirituality, understand how to control his senses, his emotions, how to help him develop holistically as an individual. He is now a student, and I would also add a disciple of Master Eric, because he is first-hand helping this young man to evolve, to shape and mold him to identify that he's gifted and that he can heal and help as well. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Zelisa. It's a pleasure to be here.
Same here, same here. Master Eric, how do you feel to know that you can influence this young man, you can be part of his life to impart your gift your knowledge to help him evolve to be the best that he can be?
Well, first of all, it's a blessing for me too.
Yeah.
I've been looking, when I trained, I was looking, well, no, my guru was looking for a student. But you cannot tell the student. The student, this is where everybody makes a mistake. A lot of times when parents have a child, they will say, this should be your guru. Or this one should be your guru or your teacher. That is wrong. You could recommend. The guru don't select you. The guru already knows. You have to select the guru for yourself.
Understood.
Because and I'm not saying I'm the best guru. All I'm saying, that was his choice. Now, my guru approached me. Now, when he approached me, Zelisa, I thought he was crazy. I really did.
Why did you think he was?
This was over 30 years ago.
Right.
And at that time, I didn't know anything about Hinduism.
Right.
I was raised as a Christian.
Correct.
Right? And I got invited to a prayers.
Yeah, in Trinidad.
Yes.
Now, it's important that people know that you are a certified and trained engineer.
Engineer, I'm an ordained minister.
Let the people
I
know.
have 2 honorary doctorate degrees. I have a master's degree from MIT.
No fly-by-night at all.
And then all the military training.
Correct.
For 17 and a half years. And I cherish all of that. But when I went there, I didn't know nobody, so I just stood by the side of the tent. And there was about 400 people at the prayers. And all of a sudden, this little old man across the road, across the tent, peeked his head up, smiled, and he coming. And he wiggled through the crowd, and he come up to me, and he said, I finally found you. I said, who? And I'm thinking, he old? He kind of...
You thought he was young.
Yeah, I'm
couldn't
thinking,
understand.
this
you couldn't
man...
connect with what he was saying.
No.
But let me ask you this before we continue. At any point of time prior to this, you felt different, a yearning, a calling?
Yes, but I couldn't, at that time, I couldn't identify it.
Good. Okay.
I think that's most people's problem.
Right.
And even people watching now.
Yeah.
They may have a gift. They might have a yearning, or what they call a calling.
Or a second
Or a
sense.
second awakening.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Right? But they can't really identify it. Okay? So when this happened, I finally found out from swamis and pundits, because I watched them bow to him, because I thought he was a crazy man. But then I saw...
Oh, you recognize people.
Then I said, but he has to be somebody.
Right.
Right? And then I told the swami what happened. He said, oh, good. I said, what? And he said, when we were young, we asked him to teach us. But he said, only the one is supposed to know. And he said that no money can pay for that.
Right.
So I talked with him, and then I decided I had to do 6 years of penance and studies for 10 years
Yeah.
under him
Yeah.
to get where he thought I should get to.
Yeah.
And that takes a tremendous amount of sacrifice. So
it does.
you
It's
have
a great
to
commitment.
You have to give the things up that you love to do. And at that time, and I'll let people know, I used to like my little cocktail. I mean, that's before I had the calling.
Yes. Yes.
And then, but when this started, if I just take a sip of it, I get sick.
Ah.
They take that away from you. And a lot of people, they want to get closer to God. They want that that emptiness that they're feeling. You can't describe it, Zelisa. You really can't.
Did you feel that way, Master?
Yes, there were many.
There was a void?
Yeah. But you try to fill the void with other areas of your life.
Right, yeah.
But that void was still there. You know, and then once you start making this connection through the penance and devotion, you start to feel fulfilled. It's a different story. And then I was doing that training, and I was 80%, I'd say 95%, when I met my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was while you were doing your training you met her.
I was
you were
still training.
But
I went through the hard penance,
and
but then I was still training.
But then you had already started to help people.
Oh, yeah, for many years. But that's just the beginning, Zelisa. See, this penance is designed to round you. So you just can't be a preacher, or you just can't be a pundit, or an imam.
Yeah.
You have to be rounded. So the rounded is, are you trained in many, many, many areas?
Yeah.
Have you reached the status in those areas that is required by your teacher?
Yeah.
So it's just like being in a university with a real strict teacher, but the disciplines, Zelisa.
Master Eric, I believe today's show, I mean, all of your shows are awesome, but I think today's show is a very important show. And the reason I'm saying that and stressing on it is because the fact is there are hundreds of people out there that identify something is different with them. They know that something is going on. They can't comprehend, they can't come to terms, they can't understand, because there's no one that they could relate to that could help them to identify, all right, this is what's happening, this is what we can do to enhance, to grow, to be the best that you can, to use the ability. And I would say, I would term it as a gift. I think it's a gift, because not everybody, it's like you have 5 fingers, none are the same. You have 5 children, none are the same. They've got different gifts and different things like that. This is something completely different.
But
this is about healing. This is about influencing other people as well.
But I look at it different.
Okay.
I don't look at what I do as a gift. I look at it that after half of my life, I finally identified what my purpose was. And now it was time to develop so I could complete my purpose. And everyone comes with a gift. Now, whether that gift materializes or matures, that's up to you and your decisions in life. And this is where, after the break, you're going to find out from him, how did he even come into this? You know, what drove him into this?
Including my thousands and thousands of viewers and listeners throughout the world, were waiting in anticipation to understand a little more about your student.
And then maybe who's watching
could identify and get
they
help.
may want to come and get some advice. I'm not saying I have to be their guru, no. But maybe they need a little guidance to get to where they think they might want to be.
Exactly.
You know,
and how they can evolve and how they can then utilize, like you say, your reason and purpose. Because we're here for a different we all are here for a reason and purpose.
Correct.
Each and every one of us. And we've got certain duties to perform with the grace and blessing of God. So what you're saying, and I like that you've explained it that way, because the fact is we're all gifted. We're all here for a reason and purpose.
Every one of the viewers and listeners
that
watching
God has
and listening,
identified us to do great.
they're special.
Perfect.
Every
Brilliant.
one of them.
So,
you know,
I want to remind all of our listeners, all of our viewers that our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Master Eric. OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, because you could get the medical aspect, you could get the spiritual aspect of helping yourself. They are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia and opposite Palmies Park in San Fernando. By next week, I'll have that picture up for you. They are located at, contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. When we return, we're going to be in conversation with Shivan Suku. Stay with us.
The Untold Truth, every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin-City. Super Quality Supermarket. Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Touching a Life Foundation for Kids. Annual charity, dinner and cultural extravaganza on Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at the Wali Nagar site at 5:30 p.m. Bollywood singing and dances by MGICC and performances by popular guest artists. Sponsor an orphan child. RSVP 785-7773.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. To all of our listeners on the new U975 FM Multicultural Radio, those of you on Synergy TV, on Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, Facebook and YouTube, thanks for choosing us. Today we're in conversation with Master Eric, our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, where you could get your body scan and health issues sorted, or you could get your spiritual issues sorted, all right? Offices are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia and opposite Palmies Park in San Fernando. So they're located central and south. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. Master Eric, welcome back. And to Shivan Suku, welcome back as well. Nice to have you both with us.
Can I just intervene for a second?
Please.
Starting in the middle of this month,
Yeah.
we're going to have doctors in-house.
Wow.
And so they can go to the doctor, they can see what they need to do. If the doctor needs to refer them for a scan, we have everything in-house.
A one-stop shop.
One-stop shop, even coffee and tea too.
I know.
And donuts and pastries.
And cookies, right? And cookies.
Right.
Awesome.
But I
cookies.
just wanted to bring that out because this is a big move we're doing.
It is actually.
And that way we're involving medical and spiritual at all levels.
That's awesome. That's simply awesome. And let me congratulate you,
Thank you.
And your hardworking team. Shivan, you well, I don't want to say it, you say it to our viewers and our listeners. You went to Master Eric because you were having a problem. Please.
Yes, yes. So, well, I knew nothing about Master Eric. It's only from my dad.
Right.
Right? My dad worked at the Diwali Nagar for quite some time.
Yeah.
And, well, he always give Master Eric lotus at the Diwali Nagar for his pujas.
Right.
But, and it's true that now I had some issues
Okay.
where I used to get, you know, you all had shows on this before where I used to get people choking me at night, like attacks.
Okay.
I used to have all these issues, but I noticed everything in my life, relationships, with jobs, education, everything was starting to nosedive.
Right.
Right? So I realized, and I felt like I was disconnected from the world in some way. Disconnected. Everything I was moving around, but I was just like being, but not being there totally, mind and body.
Yeah.
Right? So my dad figured out something wrong, and through conversation with Master Eric and his wife, you know, he said, Shiv, you know, we tried a lot of things because trust me, a lot of people tried to help
What
me.
did you try? What
So
did you,
I went to
share with
different,
us,
I went
please?
to different temples.
Yeah.
I went to a lot of temples.
Yeah.
Despite what type
Is
of
it that
temple
you felt
was.
something was wrong spiritually?
I felt something was wrong, definitely spiritually, not
Okay.
physically.
Right.
And I tried to seek the help of someone that I thought could have helped me.
Right.
Right? And it was a lot of people, is way more people than you could count. I went to various temples, Tabakit. I'm from Central, but Tabakit, Port of Spain. I even went to churches to get help. I went throughout.
I'm sure this cost you a lot of money as well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It was not cheap situation.
Yeah.
And even my family, they had issues too.
Yeah.
But it was like a ripple down from me, what I
Yeah.
was facing. And my dad told me, he said, you know, this guy, you know, I think you should meet.
Yeah.
So I said, that's somebody again.
Yeah.
Right? That was my
Just
assessment.
exhausted.
And next one
yeah,
of these
I could
in
understand.
the videos, right?
Yeah, you're
Fed
just
up.
tired and
Yeah.
exhausted of
Because
going
we
from
was
it.
fed up of spending money and not getting anything.
Results.
We only getting a temporary fix for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
And then back to the
Back
same
to,
old
okay,
grind.
right.
And my dad said, well, here, just go and meet him.
Yeah.
You don't need to, just if you don't think it's legit, just walk away, right?
Just like when his wife met him, you know, she didn't want to go meet him.
Yeah,
And then
I
that
heard the
ended up
story,
being her
yeah.
husband, right? But let's get back. So you finally went to him. I want you to tell us that first experience that you had going to Master.
So when I went, I was outside the office. Now, he was actually dealing with someone at the moment, and I
Right.
had to wait.
Yeah.
And, you know, he came outside, let me in, carried me into the room. So I sit down here, I see pictures, this, that, I saw this. First of all, there's a misconception where this is a white guy. So I
Yeah,
thought he
this
knew
white man.
nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah,
I thought he
yeah.
knew nothing, right? So I sat in front of him,
That happens.
and he could have told that I was just not taking him on, because he could have told.
He
because
knew,
told me.
he knows, yeah.
And I sat there, and this guy just talking, asking me questions, and I saw like he changed, and he walked up to me. He said, you want to see something? And I said, yeah, show me, because I want to see something so I can start to believe.
Yeah.
And he asked me to put out my hand. And when I put out my hand, I realized this wasn't a game, it wasn't anything fake. He rested his hand on mine. And what I saw and felt was something that I've never felt in my entire life.
What was it?
Words cannot begin to explain the level of comfort, love, that energy gives you. That he
Really?
pour into my body.
Yeah.
Directly in that splitting image, I felt like if I was cured, but I wasn't cured yet.
No.
Right? I wasn't fixed yet, but I felt for that small space of time that his hands was on mine.
May I ask, was it a feeling, I want to know, was it a feeling of peace? Was it a feeling of contentment? Was it a feeling of burst of energy? What was it? What was it?
Well, it was all those
that
in
made
one.
you feel different? What was it?
It was all those in one, but it was a sign. It made me feel that I'm finally walking the path that I'm supposed to walk. I met the person that could actually point me on the direction of what was my purpose. Because, you know, you'll be in at work, you think you love the job, you think that this is your passion.
Yeah.
But trust me, when you find your true passion,
Yeah.
you just know. Nothing in the world could explain that.
I like that you've said that
Yeah.
because it's the truth.
right?
Whatever your passion is, when you find it,
Definitely.
you do feel complete.
Yeah.
There's a yearning, there's a void.
Yeah.
So when you find it, it's very true that you've just said that. When you find your true passion or reason or purpose, as you said, Master, there is something that's filled immediately, and you know that that void has been filled.
Now, if I intervene just
Please.
a minute. The reason I did his hand,
Yeah.
and there's many of them out there watching, I did the same thing too.
Uh-huh.
Younger people today,
Yeah.
when we were raised, of course we're the older generation, we were told to have faith, to believe. You can't talk that with the younger generation today. How they're going to decide whether they're going to trust you or deal with you or let you deal with their situation, you have to show them something, or you have to make them feel something. It cannot be manufactured or prefabbed. It has to be spontaneous, their energy mixing with mine.
To understand.
And I will show them he got a vision. He got that feeling. Now when they come, some people when they come in, I'll just touch them and their spirit will raise. One time. You know, that's showing them.
You mean that spirit of gift? When you say that
Within
spirit,
them.
Okay, right.
And some of them didn't know they had it.
Can I say Shakti then? Because
Some
some
has
people may
Shakti.
relate to Shakti, yeah?
Right? Some say their spirit. Some people speak in tongues.
Ah,
Right? Now, then he can carry on what we did and then what made his mind up. Why he is where he is today.
may I share a personal experience?
Sure.
May I? May I? A couple of months ago, Master, I think we just started on this because you would come down to Synergies, not the other down in Woodbrook, right?
It was the
We just started
first
here
or second
a couple,
program.
yeah. We sat down on the set here to start the show, right? Just minutes. Please trust what I'm saying. Minutes before the show started, I was getting this terrible headache, so bad that I was feeling nauseous. And we already set up, mic'd up, ready to start the program. We didn't have radio then, it was just television. And I said, Master Eric, for some reason, boy, I'm just not feeling right today.
And you wasn't looking right either because...
I think, and you said, Z, what's wrong?
Yeah, I said, Z, what's wrong?
But I'll tell you something. You said, hold on, hold up. Master Eric came, and I was having I'm telling you, trust what I'm saying. This is my word. This really happened. And he did something. I think he just said, relax, relax, Z.
And I just put my hand on your neck. That's it.
And in a split second, it was all gone. And perhaps that is why I would have the faith and trust in Master Eric. That is why I would applaud him. That is why I would have had that first-hand experience, that and many others as well, I should say, that I don't often talk about. But also when people who have been to him would connect with me and say, Zelisa, thank you for having this man, because he has been able to transform lives. And I just think it's important that I say this to our listeners and our viewers so that you could understand where we're all coming from today. And because we need to identify, and I always try to explain this to people because some people do not understand. When you have a medical problem, you go to a doctor. Now they're adding doctors to their team. When you have a problem with the law, you identify with a lawyer. But when you're having a spiritual problem or that is beyond, you need to see a spiritualist. And that is why this program today is so important, because there are hundreds of you out there that are very gifted, that are very talented. You've been given, some people say, a boon in Hinduism. Then reach out, get help, and allow it to blossom. And I just wanted to add my part. Get help. If you know you need help, get help. With that, we've got to take a quick break. And when we return, we continue our conversation with Shivan, sharing his experience and how his gift or his purpose, his void, was developed. Yeah? Let's say thanks again to the management and staff of Oates Optimal Alternative Treatments Solutions Limited, with locations LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
The Untold Truth every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Sanctuary for Holistic Health and Wellness. They provide checkups for adults and kids, home visits, personalized health and diet plans, blood tests, and so much more.
Visit them today at number 163 Rochard Douglas Road, Barrackpore. Call and make an appointment today, 720-4635.
Sanctuary for Holistic Health and Wellness, caring for the community.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. And of course, our program this morning coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. Now, they are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunapare and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. You know, Master, every time I drive past your building, I'm in awe. And my mommy says, Mommy, that's Master Eric's office. It's really such a beautiful building. And that's just the exterior. But when you walk in, I mean, it's awesome. You've really put a lot of work and class into that office.
We did it for the clients.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, they'll have a place to help people. But do they really are they pocketing the money, or are they reinvesting, making it comfortable for the client?
You're very correct.
You need to be for your patients, your clients, you know. But now him.
Shivan, let's get back to you. So you had this awesome experience. Mm-hmm. You want to continue and tell us, you know, how things were able to develop?
Yeah, definitely. So then, well, once he did that to my hand, I knew, okay, this is the real deal, as individuals will say, right? So he told me to schedule because I had something what you call a spiritual tie, right?
A spiritual tie,
to
right. Now, we spoke about that on the show before, right?
Right.
But for the benefit of those listening and watching and they're not aware of it, can you give us a brief, perhaps, Master, you could give us a little, explain that to us quickly.
A spiritual tie is where somebody would go to a spiritual leader and identify the person they want to be tied. Now, a tie is where, when they spiritually tie you, the first thing you're going to see is when money is coming in, Money's going out faster than it's coming in. You have no control. You don't even understand where it goes. Number two, quarreling, arguments, relationship breakup. They mash up. Okay?
Nothing works.
And what the tie is meant to do, spiritually, physically, and mentally, is to ground you. So you can't move forward, you can't move backward, you can't go left and right and up and down. And when he came, as soon as he walked in the door, I saw it. But now what I do, and there's people out there watching right now that I've done, I don't ask questions. I say that is a gimmick. So all I want you to do, I'm going to tell you X, Y, Z. I just want you to say yes or no. Isn't that correct? And once I identify 7 sectors of your life, and when I say for each sector of your life, and you say yes, you are positive. And then I scheduled the date, and then he came and he got the untie. Now he could describe that.
Could you tell us firsthand about that experience of the untie?
Yes, sure,
May I,
so
before that, did you want to know who did that to you?
I wanted to know for the sake of knowing, but not for revenge.
Nice. Did you find out who it was?
I knew exactly. I didn't get the name, but I knew exactly who it was.
But did it make sense why they would
made a
want
lot
to
of
do that?
sense.
And where they lived. He found that out.
No, I found out exactly where they lived.
Okay,
And
understood.
The person kind of made it known that they was the person that
did it.
Wow, people so
Because-
evil, boy.
Yeah,
Spiritual
yeah.
leaders.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay, son, let's move forward. Talk to us.
Good, so, I came the day to get the untie. I screamed this week. My entire body felt cold like ice when I got untied. Although it was an intense heat on that tent. Right? I began to feel like you could have felt the wind around you. It's a feeling of feeling free. And that connection started to rise back instantly. Right? And then from then, that relationship with Master started to build. Now, I was not an employee for him as yet. I was actually working elsewhere. And, through conversation and so on, he realized there was an opening. And in tutus, I didn't even need to think about it. And I immediately went to work with him. Now, through the process of working with him, I'm an individual where I need to know, understand these things. And I always had this feeling that I was born to help people, to give back to people, to do service to man. And I started to question him. And if you could ask Master Eric, I asked a lot of questions, but questions that helped me gain that knowledge. And I began to ask, while we were driving in the vehicle, most of our best conversation is while he's driving, and I am on the passenger side. And I started to ask him, I said, Master, because no individual overnight could do what Master Eric does.
Right.
Right? Because I see it firsthand every day. This have to happen on that period of time, and he had to do certain things. So I began to ask, to inquire. And then so the 6 years penance came up, and I could ask him. He didn't tell me I should do it. I asked him, I said, I want to start this penance. What is the requirement? Really? Because I knew that if my vision and my goal is to help people, I can't just go out and help people. Everybody that has a spiritual gift, you have to learn to enhance the gift. But before you can learn to enhance the gift, you have to get all the senses in your body under your control, not under the senses' control. So there's a process. You had to carry me through meditation, calm that mind, learn to clean the different layers of the mind, lower mind, in order for it to climb spiritually. Then begin the penance. And every single day there's a series of devotion for the next 6 years of my life. To enhance my abilities, to grieve me in every single day.
You know what I love about this? How you smile and say it
No,
with
because
happiness
you feel
and
that
pride.
sense of
It doesn't feel,
fulfillment.
because we use the word penance. When we think of the word penance,
It's something bad.
you follow,
Right.
But then when you talk about the changes or the sacrifices you have to make, it's a joy. Look at your face.
No, it is a joy. And you can ask Master, I was up to almost 3 a.m. this morning, being prepared for a certain stage of my devotion
Yeah.
that I had to get ready for today.
And it's a sacrifice
It
that
is
he
a
makes as
sacrifice.
well. This just came in from someone abroad, and it says, "Good morning, Master Eric. Good morning. Master Eric is right, but not only because so many don't believe, but also because there are so many con men or fake
True.
out there that their faith is lost in human being to be able to help them." I agree with this. So many people out there steal people's money. Con rip-off artists that come there very nice, but then they just destroy these people.
You know, Zelisa, this is where, I'll just butt in for a second. This is where training comes in. You cannot study under somebody for 3 years and go out and thoroughly help people. It's impossible. The knowledge isn't there. Once you gain the knowledge, then comes experience. And through experience, hopefully, comes wisdom.
Nice, true.
And once you learn to never put your emotions into the solution, you have to stay negative no matter what. Not negative.
Objective.
Neutral.
Yeah,
Neutral.
you need to have an objective.
You have to be neutral and not take sides. You need to look at things beyond what you see.
Yeah.
And now you can start helping people. And this takes years. And this is where I was happy. I didn't tell him. He come and said, "Can I do the penance?" I said, "Do you know what you're asking?" The person that wants to enter into an agreement with God needs to understand there are rules, there's discipline that has to be there, dedication, the will, the drive, and you cannot default. So you need to know what you're getting into. And when I explained everything in detail with him, he had that same smile on his face. And he's like, "When can I start?"
But he's really he has
You
a
know?
gentle soul. Every time I
Right.
see this, he's really a
Yeah.
gentle, loving kind of nature person.
But he, and then what he thought when he started, because I'm talking hours per day. You have to give that devotion to God.
Yep.
You put everything else aside.
What is that devotion? Can you give it an
I'm not going to go into specifics.
an
'cause
example?
There'll be copycats out here. But this is where I will start him off in what you call class 101.
Right.
That 101 course he has to do every day will take him every day approximately an hour and a half
Yep.
to 2 hours. That's to get him started for the first month.
Understood.
Then
There's a process.
I add more. Then I add more. Now, as you know, we come to the show.
Yes.
Now, I set aside half the day and I go, and this is where gurus and teachers fail. I don't care who gets offended because you know I'm right. If you accept a student and you are their guru or their teacher, part of the penance, you have to be there with them. And you have to do it with them as the teacher. So you see that we set aside Fridays and we make that sacrifice. We go, and you know it's a couple hours drive, and we go and do what we have to do. So if you're a guru and you're not doing that, you are not fulfilling.
There's a lot of
Your status.
But there's a lot of commitment on your end as well.
So it's a commitment from both sides, you know. And then when you select a guru, I mean, I'm getting up in age, but I'm not 75, 80 years old. When you select a guru, you have to select a guru that you know will have quite a few more years to where you can get that knowledge and that teaching. And then finally, he'll get to the stage to where, like mine did, he just smiled and he said, "We're done." I said, what do you mean we're done? He says, now I can leave the earth. He said, you have passed me. And the goal of a teacher is to make sure the student goes beyond you. So that when I pass someday, he in time will have to find somebody, just like he did, to accept that knowledge, to pass it on from generation to generation.
Now, a lot of people come to you and they would have identified, so you have been able to also identify other talents and gifts in other people, many other people. Shivan is just one of the many that would have, that came to you for help, yeah? And that's important that people know. It's also a big commitment on your part as well. But God bless you that you could identify and you can help and you know your reason and your purpose of continuity in terms of someone has to, or some others will be gifted and they've got to continue.
And then another thing that Shivan found out, there's a lot of prayers, there's a lot of things you do. And he thought at the beginning, is this going to be real hard?
Did you?
You know.
You question?
But then the more he got into it,
that love.
He loves to do it.
Yeah.
You get
He
this.
looks forward. Look at his face. He's
you
all
get this feeling.
I'm so excited to reach home in the evening to start my penance. And each day it's almost 4 or 5 hours now. Each day I set aside.
Now, when you say penance, you mean educating yourself?
No.
No, devotion.
This is devotion.
You talk about
to
devotion.
God.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
it.
different
I wanted
things
to
he has to
identify.
do.
It's devotion to God. Great. Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oates Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, LP 78 Monroe Road, Cunupere, opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando, 354-4459, 497-7226. Let's go to these messages.
The Untold Truth, every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Touching a Life Foundation for Kids. Annual charity, dinner and cultural extravaganza on Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at Diwali Nagar site at 5:30 p.m. Bollywood singing and dances by MGICC and performances by popular guest artists. Sponsor an orphan child. RSVP 785-7773.
Agni Puja and Gift Shop, home to an extensive array of fine jewelry, books, authentic saris and all your puja needs. Telephone 669-5058, located at Caroni North Bank Road, St. Helena.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa, in conversation with Master Eric and his student, his disciple, Shivan Suku. And of course, our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oates Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia, and the other in Palmis Park, San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Welcome back. What does it feel like, Shivan? What does it feel like now to know that you identify and know that something was wrong, but now you've taken or you've chosen a new path in your life? What does it feel like? Does it feel like freedom?
It is, yeah, it does feel like, but it's a feeling that no experience on earth could give you. It's love that beyond a relationship could give you. Is that feeling of being connected to that higher purpose. Sometimes it actually feels like we're in a illusion, like you feel like this is the illusion. But when you make that connection, everything on the world comes second.
May I say something to you that I truly feel and admire? You know what I love about you? Is that you have clearly no malice towards the person who harmed you. And what I would say is that you understand what they did was wrong, but do you know what they also did was help you to find yourself, to knock on that door that was
Everything
appropriate.
happens for a reason.
Yes, Master.
And Master put that into perspective, you know, he said that your life is documented, everything before you were born, the things that supposed to happen. So I saw this as not that this person was bad, but he was set there in that place and time for that specific purpose so that I could have realized my true purpose, right?
What do you say? Look into that camera, and I want you to talk to the people like yourself who are in or would have experienced or are experiencing rather the same experiences you were having before you found your purpose. Please.
Well, what I could say, right, is that definitely, you know, my Master Eric is just one of the few individuals, but definitely try to hone on that gift and make that connection, because, and Zelisa will say this, a lot of people try to help people, but they prematurely they do it.
Yeah.
And they are not ready, as you say, round properly and molded.
Yeah.
And sometimes the individual only get 50% of the help. And then that gives the connotation that this doesn't work.
Yeah.
And everybody gets the bad name.
Correct.
And what I would say is that try to hone on your gift, develop it, so that someday when the baton is handed to you, that you could run with it and be able to make that change in humanity.
How do you as a person feel, I'm gifted, but I could also help people by finding themselves, taking away their pain, taking away the hurt, taking away the disappointment? How do you feel about that?
Well, that's the best feeling in the world. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you're just doing it. Yes, you're doing it to make that connection to God. But there's a lot of people walking around here, and half of the situations they're going through, they don't even know. One, it's not their fault. And you could be that person, you could be that middle person to establish that connection and get them from that point to where they need to be.
That's saving a life, you know.
Definitely.
That's saving a life and saving families.
And so Lisa, if I were to share, just when it comes to borderline to be untied, there was 4 times that things like suicide popping in my mind.
Oh.
A lot of those things. And I'll be open about it.
Yeah.
In those, you feel like you're so frustrated because your relationship with your parents going.
Yeah.
Relationship with spouse, like girlfriend, gone.
Yeah.
Money, you're working for a certain amount of salary, and as you collect, it has spots to fill.
Yeah.
It gone.
Yeah.
Right? Gas for vehicle. All these different things was stress.
Yeah.
And then at work, you have stress too.
Yeah.
So what happened? All that coming down on somebody, and sometimes they feel they have nowhere to turn.
Yeah.
And with that is why those thoughts come into play. People turn to drugs to help fill a spot, to help soothe.
Yeah.
Right? And try to find a way out rather than try to find a solution.
God bless you. Such an ambitious young man. Master, we've got just a couple minutes left before we close things off. Please, you know, your thoughts.
You know, first of all, I want to honor his mother and father.
Oh.
They should be so proud that they have a child that has made this commitment and dedication. You know, I want to applaud them. Number two, I know there's a lot of people out here watching and listening right now that are experiencing things, but they can't understand it. They don't understand it because there's nobody to talk to. There's nobody to let them know this is why you're going through this, because you're gifted. This is why you're different than the other ones within the family. This is why you look like the black sheep of the family. So, Zelisa, at the beginning of April, I was saying the end of March, but we're so busy. We're going to have a class just for gifted people to identify what levels they're at, what is their goals, what is it they want to achieve with this gift.
Right.
You know, now, the other importance of teaching someone, Zelisa, is you have to monitor them at all times.
Yeah.
And once you see that the ego starts to raise, like in Trinidad, you pull up their socks.
Yeah.
And you bring them back down.
Yeah.
And the first thing I told him, I said, I don't care how good you are, you never say you're good.
Yeah.
Number two, remain humble at all times.
Yeah.
We are no better than anybody watching or listening to us now. It's just that we've had the opportunity of receiving the knowledge and getting the experience and the training. And we have to thank our teachers for that. But in order, everybody listening, you cannot and you will not ever understand the love of God until you actually start making that connection. And when you make that connection, no animal, no human, no one can give you that type of love that you're going to experience. You could say, this is ecstasy, this is bliss. I talked about this yesterday with people.
Yeah.
Those are just words.
Yeah.
Until you can actually experience it.
Experience is really the greatest teacher.
That's your teacher.
Yeah, you're very correct.
It's experience.
That's
You
so
could
true.
read a book and still be dumb.
Very, very true.
You know, I call them educated
But that
idiots.
is so true.
Without experience. You have to have experience.
I want to say hello to Renuka in the United States of America. And she says, Zelisa, I've got to say I'm really enjoying the show today. I've never met Shivan, but I feel his genuine passion and love through the TV. It's true. He has a different energy that's calming and soothing. And I want to really applaud you for standing up today and facing the world, fighting the demons against every ill or every bad thing that happened to you. But you stood up and stood up strong, and I admire your integrity. More importantly, you have no malice and hate.
Can I mention one more thing?
That's precious. Yes, sir.
Do you know there's many spiritual people, and they're in top positions, that refuses to accept and don't want this boy
To excel.
to excel.
Yeah.
And
Shame on them.
And let me tell you something, he's going to, whether you want him to or not,
Bless you.
because this isn't your plan, this is God's plan.
I love that. It's beautiful. There's always God plan. Whatever the situation, God is in control. We've got to wrap things up. Let me thank you kindly.
No podcast tonight.
No podcast tonight, but we'll see you next week.
Yes,
yeah?
yes, ma'am.
Good. Do continue to stay with us, reminding your program came to us with the kind compliments of OATS. That means Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, with locations LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare, opposite Palmies Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact number 354-4459 497-7226. I want to remind you that with God, all things are possible. Thank you so much for choosing us. I am Zelisa Budusing Rupani. If you need help, please get help. Take care. Be good. Be safe.